congratulations.
I think my family's out there. Like,
I know,
a lot of
like
family.
half the crowd is like your people,
Yes.
so I don't know. So you made this documentary about BTS. What is BTS?
What is BTS?
Yeah, what is that?
Well, I mean, it's one of the biggest band in the world. You should know this.
Okay,
right?
cool. Okay, if you say so. Yeah. So what does it say about this moment where like a Korean pop band is like the biggest band in the world, including America?
I mean, I think it just well.
No, sometimes things are big outside
Sure,
America.
no. I think you're going to get me in trouble in
Why?
some ways, but I mean, I just think we're in a state of the world where you know, it doesn't matter where you come from. Music, art, it all connects you in different ways.
Yeah. Well, that's really the state of the world right now. We feel really connected, and there's no racism. Yeah.
I think that's where culture can like transcend and go above politics and all that. Hopefully, sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, this is. Hopefully. Yeah. What does this mean that these guys are, you know, so popular? I never thought I'd see the day. You know, when you see, quite frankly, white people, you know, tattooing BTS on themselves and going to concerts.
Yeah. I mean, I went.
Usually they just tattoo like shitty Chinese writing on them, but now. You know,
that's usually MAGA people too, for some reason.
Yeah.
But I would say that, you know, when I got to see them in concert a few years back at SoFi Stadium, there's like, you know, 90,000 people, and more than half the audience wasn't Asian, but they were singing all the Korean lyrics. And that was like something that was really, as an Asian American who hasn't seen many people that look like me on that type of stage, like to see that was really inspiring.
Sure. BTS is big in Korea. Yeah, no duh.
Well, this is in Los Angeles.
Oh,
This is
okay. It's Los Angeles.
Yes.
Yeah, no, that is amazing. So again, I mean, not to hop on it, but like, what does it say about this moment where I think it's fair to say, America a little isolationist right now, a little jingoistic, but yet, you know, BTS can still penetrate. So it's this weird, you know, how do you reconcile these two as someone who has thought about this a lot?
I mean, I can't speak for like all the fans, but and everyone's perspective.
Yeah.
But I just think like the music, people are like looking for something that's like inspirational, that makes you want to dance.
Yeah, like our president. No? So you can be MAGA and a BTS fan, I guess.
There's a large section of BTS fans around the world.
Well, MAGA, yeah. You can say it. Say it in the camera. MAGABTS. Oh, no. Yeah, so do you want to talk a little bit about the technical aspects of filming this? Because I guess you had to be embedded with these guys for a while. Did you approach it as like were you in contact with them, or were you like Animal Planet, like just looking at penguins? You know, like when penguins die and you can't interfere?
Yeah, it was.
You know when the baby penguins like die and you can't stop it? Were you like that?
It was like a middle portion of that. Like,
Okay.
I would say.
Like if BTS fell down, you couldn't pick them up. You had to like let them.
Just let truth unfold,
let
right?
nature take its course.
Exactly. No. I mean, for me as a filmmaker, you know, I was capturing a creative process, right? And like if you're writing your stand-up set and things like that, you don't want someone with a camera in your face. And so I kind of gave them a distance in a way where they could be creative, but also creating this intimacy in the documentary. So it was like over time where, you know, it was sort of more of a fly on the wall in the beginning. But as I got to know them more, like I would, you know, ask them questions and interact with them more. It's funny, there's a scene in the film where, you know, they're all having dinner, they're eating like Korean barbecue, and they could hear my stomach growl. And they would come to me, they would like turn to me and be like, do you want to eat now? And I was like, no, I can't be that person. And so immediately when I got home, I would order Korean barbecue.
Did your stomach growling make the edit? Did you leave it in the edit?
If you listen to it very closely.
It's RFK in the background. So like when you again, I mean, we didn't really. This is kind of my fault for being a shitty host. I didn't really set up what this documentary is about because it's actually a very specific moment in time. This isn't like the whole history of BTS. You're kind of documenting the Return album, right? And that's why you're saying they're in the middle of a creative process, right? So you're in there with them, and they welcomed you in, I guess.
Yeah. I mean, I think for me, the film is for both like hardcore BTS fans, but also people who just want to learn about the creative process. Who
For MAGA people as well. Right?
I'm sure there's creative
for all
MAGA
the
people.
for MAGA people, yeah, whatever.
I don't know what
For
I'm getting in
Brexit
trouble.
people, it's for
MAGA?
Brexit people as well. Brexit, MAGA, whatever.
Okay. But it's for everyone who who left something and is coming back to something, returning to something, and something familiar, a group of friends.
North Koreans, Kim Jong-un, everybody. It's everybody. Yeah. They all came back and and they hadn't seen each other for how long?
Well, there's mandatory military service in Korea, and so it was like on and off for 3 years, but each of them went to military at different times, and they left, and then they did their own solo work and everything like that. But they haven't recorded an album in like 4 years or so.
Right, and so this context as well, like people don't understand, like countries with national service, like you gotta go. Even if you're BTS, you gotta go. So these guys were just in the army, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, it's even the biggest Korean group in the world. They still had to do their military service, which I think it's like very admirable of them.
Sure. That's a political statement on your part, right? No? Okay.
It's a true statement.
but the idea that these guys were just in the army, and it's like the biggest band in the world still in the army, and that's why they were on hiatus, right? So this return's kind of like it's a big deal for them. It's a big challenge for them.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think since like Elvis has there been sort of someone this big who has sort of returned back into to stardom in a way.
Right, and when you started off this thing, did you just kind of like tell yourself whatever you capture and let the story develop on its own, or how did you approach the?
I mean, I had certain ideas about like what I thought I would capture, and I as a filmmaker, I think about like mythology and things like that, and the Odyssey was something that I was thinking about because in many ways, like BTS was like Odysseus, and Army is like Penelope waiting for their heroes to return.
Okay.
I know that's not the answer you want. But,
yeah.
You asked it. I'm just giving an honest answer.
Okay, so. Okay, fine.
But okay, to answer the way you want.
I'm Zeus. That's Penelope. That dude is Hercules, and we're all freaking living a Greek tragedy. Okay.
Yeah. But I mean, all kidding aside, I think what I came to realize is like it's not just they're the biggest, musical band in the world, but they also represent an entire country. Like there's not many artists, musicians who have to carry the same weight that BTS has, right?
Sure. Being super hot Koreans is really such a burden on that. But you managed to capture that because we know them as super hot Korean guys who are just, the world's oyster. And you managed to catch them at very intimate moments. I mean, was that tough to get access, or did they let you in, or?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, they obviously there's a certain amount of control that happens with anyone at that level. But I think for me as a filmmaker, especially in documentary, it's about earning that trust. And I always try to say that I'm making films like not about people, but like with them. So there is a collaboration there because, they're giving parts of their lives to this film, to this story. And you can't just say that you're going to be completely objective. I think you have to realize there is subjectivity when you're making a film.
Sure. And I mean, this is not your first film. You've made critically acclaimed documentary films before. Be Water with Bruce Lee, the Biggest Night in Pop.
Greatest Night in Pop.
Greatest Night. Okay, sorry, my bad. And then, which was a great documentary, and the photographer one.
The stringer, yes.
I watched
you really did your research.
Yeah, I really did I watch all of them. The names escape me. I'm sorry. I've borderline brain damage from from covering the news every single day. But I mean, this is not your first rodeo, and so like as a critically acclaimed filmmaker, documentarian, how do you reconcile like this idea of like you're there to a documentary is kind of rooted in facts and what happened, but as a filmmaker, documentarian, you have to piece together a narrative, if for no other reason than story structure. Like how do you kind of reconcile that story versus fact? When you're putting this thing together.
I mean, for me, I'm not like a journalist like you, who has to deal with facts all the time, right? Like always dealing with
give
facts.
us the Pulitzer Prize over here because we've.
But
We're really journalisming it up. I made a joke about someone's dick in the first act, so that's how much
that's
journalism
fact,
we're
right?
doing,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
guess.
so.
Yeah.
I mean, for me, it's about honesty more than it is about fact. And so, like, I think when you're making an honest story about someone, about either a song like We Are the World or in The Stringer about an iconic photograph, it's like, what is the honesty and what is the emotional truth? Instead of like facts. I think journalists who have studied under a very certain rigor, that's what their pursuit is. And so I'm, usually observing maybe journalists or subjects, so then it becomes part of that story.
Right, and technically speaking, you were in the room filming this, and I mean, you don't speak Korean, and these guys are speaking a lot of Korean. I mean, how did you technically figure that out?
I mean, thankfully our producer set up like this live in-ear recording for us so I could hear what they were saying. The problem is there's 7 of them who are talking simultaneously.
Sure.
So that got a little...
Right. Did you just go in the room and go, shut the up, all of you? Like, one at a time, you
I told you I was a fly on the wall. So maybe if you were directing it, you might do that.
Oh, if I was directing it, oof, it would be, you're hot. One at a time. How do you say that in Korean? Tell them that in Korean. So you were just in the thing, and you were like in the. So there's scenes in it which are very intimate. I mean, there's a scene. One of the moments that strikes me honestly is the moment when you captured like one of the members in the apartment building, like eating ramen, and like watching YouTube over their keyboard. It was like such a like, oh, these guys are just normal people, and you were in the apartment with him.
Yeah, that's like one of my favorite scenes of the film is we were with Jimin and he's just ordering, takeout and watching science videos on YouTube, which I think we all sort of relate to in many ways.
Yeah.
And it just shows like the connectedness of like just being human and normal. Like even though, they go out and perform to like 100,000 people a night, they're human beings with sort of the same sort of anxieties and fears that we all have.
Sure. Well, yeah, you did a great job capturing it. It's a really cool film, man. Congratulations on it. Good luck to you. And, thanks for coming on the show. BTS, The Return is streaming now on Netflix. Bao Nguyen, everyone.